Hey friends, Zach Zaxton here. I think my internet connection's working. Okay. I wanted to speak for a few minutes about the same topic as I talked about last night. I wanted to zoom in on a particular portion of that. The video last night was about overcoming struggles, and it was focused on helping us to become empowered and remember our true deserving nature, that we deserve to feel good and feel bright and to do good things. And so the third part of that video was called Shake Off That Forsaken Frown, and I really think that's the most valuable part of it, and I wanted to take a minute to expand on that today. Thank you all for being here. So what I've come to realize is that in life we often walk around carrying the burden of a significant dampening filter on our consciousness. And this dampening filter comes from a sense of feeling forsaken, or as though we are unworthy or undeserving of something, okay? So we all have insecurities, we all have doubts and fears and things on different levels, but the more that we can come to identify where our doubts and our insecurities are, the more that we can work to extinguish those and really explore and understand the dynamics of why we feel that way. Because, we all have things that, really are upsetting to us and really do bring us down a notch because it's overwhelming. But unfortunately, a lot of times we don't take the time to integrate those things and overcome them. So rather, they become this baggage that we just throw over our shoulder and carry around with us. It's a weight. It's literally a burden. It's an emotional weight that we carry with us. And the result of carrying these burdens, carrying these unintegrated pains around with us, is that we wind up feeling less. Our self-esteem comes down a notch. Not just our self-esteem, but our actual true awareness of our identity comes down a notch, and that's when it really becomes detrimental. And I think that that's why I'm using the phrase the Forsaken Frown. For me, it was a really profound realization oh shoot, I'm starting to get rained on. Well, we'll see. It was a profound realization to acknowledge that part of me was actually subscribing to the belief that I was unworthy, okay? And this happens all the time in different levels, in different layers. But for me, the realization happened at a very startling moment where I noticed that for 3 days' time, I had been carrying this sense of unworthiness with me, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know why it was. I just kind of felt like my head was in the clouds, And we all have that from time to time. So that's why I feel compelled to hopefully go over this again, and maybe you all will be able to investigate and find where some of those clouds are, because you deserve better than that, my friends. You deserve to feel bright and to feel clear and at least feel open to possibilities. We all have things to repent for, or, things to make sense of and integrate, but we all deserve to feel worthy, And what I've really learned from this meditation on the subject is that the weight of the Forsaken Frown is more than just a psychological thing. There is actually a tendency for the external world to stack those up on you, whether you want to call it Babylon, the Babylon system making things difficult, whether you want to say it's the devil always trying to pull you off your path, doesn't really matter. There's lots of different models for it, but it's worth noting that there really does seem to be a mechanism which will propel this weight to just stack up higher and higher, And that's, for me, why the term Forsaken Frown really came about. The "Father, why have you forsaken me?" sort of a biblical statement is startlingly relevant a lot of times. We really do feel, oh, poor me, why? Or even worse, poor me, not why. I deserve this. I did something. And, both of those are pretty dangerous, The more that we can come to accept the struggles we have and accept the ups and downs and the continual changes, the more that we can find ourselves capable of overcoming these problems, and also capable of truly envisioning a good future. When we feel unworthy, when we have the Forsaken Frown, we will not even envision the good vision. We will not walk towards it. And that is what's so important. And that's why I'm making the second video, is that I want you all to be free from the burdens of yesterday, so that today you can ponder beautiful tomorrows and make them happen. Because when we are living with the convictions of yesterday convicted us, and if we carry that label and walk around with it, we might very well convict ourselves again tomorrow and then perpetuate the same problem that was upsetting us yesterday. Do you see? I hope so. So I love you guys, and I am so grateful for my opportunity to be here and to see through some of my weights and to be aware of my forsaken frown. And I am so grateful to be able to shine past that forsaken frown and to feel worthy. Because, you know, I mean, it comes in waves. Sometimes I feel down. Sometimes I don't feel like my 100% Zach. But I try my best to remind myself that even when I'm only 10% of a Zach, I'm still worthy of being 100% of a Zach. And if we can identify that mechanism where the unworthiness sets in, it's huge. It's huge for psychological well-being, emotional well-being, and I think energetically speaking, it's equally as profound, metaphysically speaking, if you will. The video last night touched on all of this and some more. It was called Overcoming Struggles, Adapting to Struggles. In that video, we talked about the Forsaken Frown, the winding path of ups and downs that we're always on, and the point of being that we all exist in. So if you'd like to explore it more, the video last night is a little bit more expansive, but covers the same idea. I love you guys. I know that I've been through a lot of things, and at times it brings me down and it makes me feel unworthy, but I can tell you that the things I've been through, the things that have made me feel unworthy, are likely as crazy or bad as the things you've been through. And I do love myself. You know, I am proud of the things I've been through, and I accept my struggles. I accept my wrongdoings, you know? And I would like to offer that hopefully as a little bit of medicine to you guys, because we've all been through different things, you know? And as much as it's worth, I would like to look you in the eyes and say that I have sucked, and I have come to accept that I've sucked, and I strive to suck less each day and to be a better person each day. And I know that you all are capable of forgiving yourselves to that degree, to allow yourself the room to expand and become something beautiful that you know you can be. Thank you all for watching.